Have you ever replayed the same conversation in your head, over and over, wondering if you said the wrong thing, made the wrong decision, missed something important, or maybe your brain turns small problems into giant disasters before anything even happens? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Because overthinking isn't just a habit. It's something your brain is built to do. But here's the strange part. The more you try to stop thinking, the more your mind keeps going. So why does your brain do this? And more importantly, how do you escape it? 1. Your brain thinks it's protecting you. Your brain has one main job: keep you alive. Not happy, not calm, alive. Thousands of years ago, humans survived because they constantly looked for danger. A strange sound in the bushes, potential threat, unknown people nearby, possible danger. Thinking ahead kept people alive. The problem is, your brain still uses that ancient survival system today. Except now, the danger isn't wild animals. It's, what if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I made the wrong choice? What if something goes wrong? Your brain treats uncertainty like danger, and when uncertainty appears, your mind starts searching for answers again and again and again. This is why overthinking often feels impossible to shut off. Because your brain believes it's helping, but sometimes protection becomes a prison. 2. Why your brain hates uncertainty. Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain hates unfinished situations. Psychologists sometimes call this the need for closure. Your mind wants certainty, even fake certainty. That's why unanswered texts feel stressful. Why waiting for results feels painful. Why uncertainty can feel worse than bad news. When your brain doesn't have answers, it creates simulations. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if everything goes wrong? Your mind starts running endless scenarios. Not because it enjoys suffering, because it wants control. But control through endless thinking rarely works. Because life doesn't give perfect certainty. And the harder you chase certainty, the more anxious your brain becomes. 3. The overthinking loop. Overthinking follows a cycle. First, something triggers uncertainty. Then, your brain starts analyzing. You think more, then even more. For a moment, it feels productive. It feels like you're solving something. But eventually, you feel overwhelmed, stressed, mentally exhausted. And here's where things get dangerous. Your brain remembers this pattern, so next time stress appears, it automatically repeats it. That's why overthinking becomes automatic. Not because you choose it, because repetition wires habits into your brain, and once the loop starts, many people confuse thinking with progress. But thinking and solving are not always the same thing. 4. Why smart people often overthink more. This part surprises people. Sometimes the people who overthink the most are highly intelligent. Why? Because they can imagine more possibilities, more outcomes, more risks, more scenarios. A powerful mind creates powerful simulations. But there's a downside. When you can imagine 100 possibilities, choosing one becomes harder. Psychologists sometimes call this analysis paralysis. Too many options, too many outcomes, too many mental tabs open. Your intelligence becomes a tool, but without limits, it turns into noise. And suddenly, your biggest strength becomes your biggest source of stress. 5. Social media makes it worse. Your brain wasn't designed for endless information. But now, from the moment you wake up, your brain starts consuming notifications, videos, opinions, news, messages, endless updates, and without realizing it, you're feeding your mind more information in one day than previous generations handled in weeks. Think about social media for a second. You open an app for 5 minutes. Suddenly you see someone buying a house, someone getting married, someone traveling the world, someone building a business, someone showing the perfect body, the perfect relationship, the perfect life, Even when you know it's filtered, your brain still compares, because comparison is automatic, and every comparison quietly asks a question. Am I behind? That question creates pressure. Pressure creates stress. Stress creates more thinking, and the cycle keeps growing. Then, there's another problem. Too many choices, too many opinions. You want to start a business, you find 500 different strategies. You want better mental health, thousands of conflicting answers. Your brain keeps collecting information because it believes one more video and I'll finally understand. But often, more information doesn't create clarity. It creates overload. Too much information creates too many decisions. Too many decisions create mental fatigue, and mental fatigue creates overthinking. A brain flooded with constant input rarely gets quiet, because silence has become unfamiliar. 6. How to interrupt overthinking. So how do you stop overthinking? Not completely, because your brain will always think. That's what brains do. The goal isn't to eliminate thoughts. The goal is to stop getting trapped inside them. And that starts with interrupting the cycle. First, ask yourself one simple question. Am I solving this or repeating it? Because overthinking often disguises itself as productivity. You feel busy. You feel like you're working on the problem, but sometimes you're just replaying the same loop with different words. Second, give your brain limits. Your mind loves unlimited thinking time. That's dangerous. Instead, say, I'll think about this for 10 minutes. Set a timer. Write down possible solutions. Then stop. Boundaries matter because problems expand when thinking has no ending point. Third, move your body. Walking, exercise, stretching, even changing rooms. Why? Because thoughts are not only mental. Stress lives in the body too. Movement sends your nervous system an important message. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. And sometimes, clarity appears after movement, not before it. And finally, accept uncertainty. This sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things humans do. Because overthinking keeps making promises. Keep thinking. Keep analyzing. Just a little more. Then you'll feel safe. But safety rarely comes from endless thinking. Sometimes peace comes from accepting that not everything can be predicted. Not everything can be controlled. And not every question needs an answer today. So why does your brain overthink everything? Because it wants certainty, protection, control. It believes more thinking creates more safety. But sometimes the brain's attempt to protect you becomes the thing exhausting you. Your mind is powerful, but powerful minds need direction. So next time your thoughts start spiraling, ask yourself, is my brain protecting me or trapping me? And comment below, what's something you overthink the most? Because sometimes the first step to escaping the loop is noticing you're inside it.